Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment, where it is now official. DeAndre Hopkins has agreed to terms with the Tennessee Titans. The DeAndre Hopkins chase, fiasco, situation, whatever you want to call it, has finally come to an end. Thank us, God, at the very least for that, and him. But wow, I mean, we knew this was going to be, or at least I did. I mean, some people really were getting ambitious and hoping that we could get the situation resolved very quickly. That the situation was going to take a long time. It was going to go into July. I thought late July, like right before training camp. Here we are, mid July. So about where I expected. But Hopkins picks the Titans over the Patriots, and then, rumblings about the Bills or the Chiefs or whatever. No, he comes to Tennessee. Now, I'm not going to change my tune on this, although I am a little excited right now. Partly because everyone else is excited right now. It's something that we've waited for this, for the last, month or two. So the excitement has been brewing. But what we must again do, people, is calm expectations a little bit. Because I think even if you are optimistic about this offense, I mean, is he even 1,000-yard wide receiver still? Are we sure about that? And again, I don't even know if I want him to be, because I think I prefer Treylon Burks to be the guy that leads this wide receiver core this year and into the future. So we really need DeAndre Hopkins to be a number 2 role. And then, because God knows we don't have youth at the wide receiver position right now, or at least, proven youth. We'll see what happens with Kyle Phillips. And some of the guys lower in the depth chart, like Racey McMath, Colton Dowell, etc. So it does make us a better team today. I think that is, for those of you that still, and I still want to win the division. I'll take the division, but want to at least compete for the division. I think that this signing puts us right there with the Jaguars-ish. I mean, I'm kind of feeling Jaguars 10 or 11 wins, and I can't go 10 even with this signing. So before this signing, I was feeling 6 or 7 wins. I think Hopkins is worth a game, maybe a game and a half. So I'm feeling 7 or 8, and 9 is very much so on the table. If Tannehill and Henry are healthy throughout the entire season, 9 is very much so on the table. 10, I can't see 10. I still can't see it. But if the Jaguars mess around and they only go 9-8 again, and then we go down to tiebreakers, I could see a scenario where we could compete for and win this division. I'm not saying we're going to do anything in the playoffs still. I don't believe that. And again, I just want to remind people, I remind people of this all the time. When you look at the wide receivers last year that were older than DeAndre Hopkins, here's the list. Okay, I'll go from DeAndre Hopkins, who, is about 31 years old, and I'll go higher. Then we have Robert Woods, who was awful for us. Keenan Allen, who's still good. He's still good. Marquise Goodwin, who barely did, anything. Randall Cobb, oh my God, who's done. I can't believe he still has a job. Thanks, Aaron Rodgers, for that. No rhyme intended. Adam Thielen, oh my God, he's done. Marvin Jones did a little bit, helped out a little bit, but again, largely done. Julio Jones, who can't stay healthy, and AJ Green. It's just not an impressive. This is about the age of wide receivers. This is just a great, talent start to kind of fall off. So look, I'm still expecting him to come in here, give us 700-800 yards, which I would be happy with. And maybe 4 or 5 touchdowns. It's a good stat line and a stat line that this wide receiver core needs. If Burks got hurt or Burks just doesn't perform up to par, then maybe Hopkins challenges for 1,000, maybe even breaks it. But I think unless if this offense, which I don't think it's gonna do, all of a sudden explodes to 4,000 plus passing yards. Maybe Tannehill's done it before, but I just don't see it. But let's say it does. For over 4,000 passing yards, and Tannehill just slinging that thing. Maybe there's a scenario where both Burks and DeAndre Hopkins can both get over 1,000 yards and both eat. I would like to see it, though, because I just don't know if that's going to be a realistic scenario. So those are my thoughts on DeAndre Hopkins signing. Let's see, is there any comments that I don't want to get to? And yeah, again, we have a bad history when it comes to some of these wide receivers. Andre Johnson, now he was done, and I don't think anyone really expected him to do anything after his horrible year in Indianapolis. He was obviously done. But Randy Moss, oh yeah, we remember Randy Moss in 2010 very well, that absolute disaster. Now, obviously there's I guess distraction issues with Randy Moss at that time, and there's not with DeAndre Hopkins. So not the comparison there, but still. And then Julio Jones, that's the big one. I mean, Julio Jones, and for him, I don't think it's even that, he still lacks the talent or that he's even fallen off with his talents. It's just he can't stay healthy. But whenever he was on the field for us, he made an impact. Maybe not as much as we had anticipated and hoped for, but he did make an impact. So, yeah, let's see. Any other comments that I want to address? And also, let me run a poll real quick. Let's run a quick poll to see how people are now feeling about this team and how they're going to do record-wise. How many wins will the Titans get this season? And then the options will be 10 plus, because I feel like that's a fair range for that. 8 or 9. And then, let's see, how do I add another option? How do I add another option to this poll? Should be possible. In fact, I'm not sure. It's only allowing me to do 2 options. So here's what I'll do. Let me just ask this. Does this make the Titans a playoff team? And then this is absolutely perfect timing too, that the signing drops just the same time on a Sunday where the Titans will be playing most of the season. All right, so I'm going to ask in the chat, does this make the Titans a playoff team? Again, for me, it makes us a team that will compete in the AFC South if the Jaguars end up slipping. Because again, I'm going to have them winning about 10 or 11 games. I can't go that high with this team. It could, I could see, the cap for me is 10. There's no way it's 11. I'd be shocked. I'd be absolutely shocked if it went 11. But 10, maybe there's a scenario. I'm still feeling personally 7 or 8. And then 9 is like a really good scenario, but that is my opinion. Currently, the poll, 69% of people say yes. I'm going to run the poll for a little longer. And we'll see what the fans continue to say here. But, make no doubt about it. This was heavily anticipated. And finally, oh my goodness, finally, it comes through. And Trevor Lawrence is still a young quarterback. They're still a young team. The Jaguars are still very much so a question mark. 32 votes in now. 75% of the fans right now saying, yes, this does make the Titans a playoff team. We're going to see ultimately what happens here. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on DeAndre Hopkins signing with the Tennessee Titans. Your thoughts, comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.